What's good, people? Spud here, and welcome to episode 67 of the Roundup. And in this episode, we're going to briefly be looking at the scores from the last 2 weeks of qualifiers because I've been really busy with work. I've not really had much time to record an episode of the Roundup. And doing our major predictions. Also, Boston Breach have made 2 changes with Purge and Snoopy out. The replacements not yet known. Obviously, the major starts tomorrow. This video will be out at 2 p.m. Obviously, Life is Strange Reunion comes out at 4 p.m. So I will be playing that all day. If you are new though, please do subscribe to the channel. It's free, and like the video if you enjoyed. This will be a pretty quick episode. Um, to be honest with you, just because of timings, and I have got a bit of a headache. So we'll have a look at the last 2 weeks of matches. So Cloud9 actually did get another win. Credit to them. They won 3-2 against Koi. Heretics 3-0'd Falcons. Optic took Gentlemates to Game 5 Round 11. Optic won it. Ravens 3-0'd Minnesota. Koi 3-1 Vancouver Surge, pretty good result for them there. LA Thieves take care of Cloud9 in 3-1 fashion. And Gentlemates beat Boston Breach in what was a massive game because ultimately because of where everyone finished, the loser doesn't qualify for Major 2, and obviously Boston and Cloud9 did not qualify. G2 3-1 against Boston Breach. Heretics 3-0 Surge. Falcons had a interesting last couple of weeks because they did 3-0 Thieves, and obviously they did beat Optic, which we'll talk about when we get to it. FaZe 3-0 Ravens, and then 3-2 Gentlemates the following night. A good result for FaZe. A couple of wins on the way to the major. Ravens 3-1 Cloud9, eliminating them from contention. G2 3-0 Vancouver Surge. Royal Ravens 3-2 Heretics. FaZe get a comfortable 3-0 against Cloud9. Falcons do eliminate Optic from 11-0, which would have been the best qualifying stage in Call of Duty League history. Thieves 3-0 G2 Minnesota. Surge then beat Falcons. This is what I mean, like Falcons beat Optic and Thieves and then almost reverse sweep the Surge, to be fair. Surge did take the first 2 maps, but Surge win this 3-2. Thieves are the big result against Gentlemates, 3-2. Heretics 3-0 Boston. Obviously, Purge and Snoopy are out. We don't know who the replacements are going to be. I think that Boston are just going to wait to see how the Challengers Open goes. I mean, I think Real should be in the league. Maybe Real joins the Breach. And then Optic 3-0 Koi to get a 10-1 record, which is very, very good. MVP Rookie of the Year. With Rookie of the Year, we've not made any changes. These 3 are basically all on the same pedestal right now, and I also think Nwim and Kips. Basically, let's see if one of them has a good event. If one of these 5 players have a good event, I'm gonna put them number 1. So yeah, obviously Koi and Ravens are in playing, so Lurks and Kips might not even get to the top 8, but we'll have to see. MVP, there has been a bit of a change. I know Dashi might be too high for some people, but I look at certain players that make him the MVP candidate. Neptune is still in top 3 just because of obviously the major one LAN has a massive impact, but obviously they've had a really bad major 2 split. Mercules for me is the best player in the game right now. He has been the best player since joining Optic. Let's see if that continues at major 2. Ow, I just knacked my leg. Right, it's time for our dream hack in Birmingham. It's nice for an event in the UK. Yeah, obviously I'm not going to be there. I do kind of wish I was there, but I'm not. And I can't do much about that. But it's going to be good. So obviously we have the play-ins. So obviously, as we know, Breach and Cloud9 didn't qualify. Basically, Koi versus Surge, loser goes home, winner goes to the main bracket. And obviously, if you get into the main bracket and you lose your first match, at least you've got that second match in the losers bracket. Because like I said, it is obviously a bit of a different. There is only 10 teams, so it's a little different. These teams ultimately are in the losers bracket to start with, but then if they win, go to the winners bracket. There isn't really a winners bracket under. Well, there is a winners bracket. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Right, anyway. Let's get straight into it. So Koi versus Surge. I think I'll go with Koi just because this team knows each other a bit better on LAN. I know obviously it'll be Kip's first event on Koi, but the other three know each other and I think they'll get the job done. Ravens versus Gentlemates is a difficult one, which I never thought I'd say, but we know that Royal Ravens are a good online team. Gentlemates are the Major 1 champions. Even after a rough online stint, I'm going to go with the Gentlemates. So we have Optic versus Koi, comfortably an Optic win for me. G2 versus Falcons is genuinely a really interesting matchup. Um, and I'm looking forward to it. I am gonna go with G2 though, because I just think G2 are a better team on LAN than the Falcons, and obviously G2 obviously what got top four. They went to Championship Sunday in Major One. Why can't they potentially push for that again? Thieves versus FaZe round one is a banger. I'll go with Thieves though. I know FaZe obviously started to win a couple of games, but I do think Thieves are a better team overall and have got better players. Heretics versus Gentlemates is such a difficult one, but honestly, with the hot streak that Heretics are on, they look good at the moment. I'm gonna go with Miami to beat them and send mates to play FaZe for top 8, which would be very, very interesting. I have to admit. Yeah, it would be a very good game, and that's what I'm hoping it will be. So we're gonna obviously do our prediction for that after. So then we're gonna do our winners round two games. So we have Optic G2. I think this will actually be like a pretty close game, but Optic have like a really close map 4 to win it, rather than sending it to a game 5. So I've got Optic winning this one. Um, Thieves versus Miami. I'm gonna go with the Thieves to put Heretics into lower bracket. So then we have Koi versus Falcons. This is going to be a difficult one to predict. I think it'll go either way, game 5, but I'm going to go with the Riyadh Falcons. And Pred to get loud. But I'm looking forward to that one. FaZe versus Gentlemates. This is such a difficult one. This is such a difficult one. Uh, I'm gonna go with FaZe. I think if FaZe lose that, they make a roster change. By the way, I think all 4 goes. Um, but I'm gonna go with FaZe. Which then leads us to these two games, Falcons, Heretics, and FaZe G2. Obviously, FaZe G2 have a bit of history. First of all, Heretics, Falcons. I just think Heretics. I'm expecting a good little run here from the Miami Heretics. Yeah, I'll go Heretics. Then we have FaZe versus G2, and again, this obviously has history, but I think FaZe are just are a better, have better players. They'll figure it out and will, I think, comfortably beat G2 to go to Championship Sunday. So it'd be Optic, Thieves, Heretics, and FaZe going to Championship Sunday. Um, Oh, difficult one to start with. First of all, we will do. I know normally it would probably be Heretics or FaZe. I'm actually going to do Optic versus Thieves first. Um, And I have got Optic beating Thieves in a best of five to go to grand finals in Birmingham. I just think they've got I think Optic just looks so good at the moment. But then again, most of the time, whoever I predict doesn't win. So Thieves Heretics. Oh, I've just given it away. Fuck's sake. I think Heretics will beat Faye. This is the problem with doing it in a different order. Like, that was silly from me, my bad. Um, yeah, I think Heretics will beat FaZe, and then I don't know what Optic will actually do. In sorry, what am I talking about? I don't know what FaZe will do with the roster then. Anyway, Thieves versus Heretics, I think, to go to grand finals. Just like Major 1, where Optic obviously beat Gentlemates in the winners' final and then played them in the grand final, I do think it will be Thieves doing the same thing, so Thieves go to grand finals. Best of 7 versus Optic, I'm going to go 4-1 here to the boys in green, and I think Optic will win Major 2, which probably means they won't now, which is a shame, but yeah, I'll go with Optic to win Major 2. I'm really looking forward to this event. The only problem is, obviously, because it's going to be in the UK, it's going to be like middle of the day, and I'm working full Friday and full Saturday. Now, thankfully, I'm off on Sunday, so I can at least watch Championship Sunday. But still, that's a bit disappointing. Obviously, there's no Call of Duty on Thursday because there's less matches. So, and they're also doing like 2 streams on the Friday because it's a DreamHack, so it's slightly different. Um, so yeah, I don't know how I feel about that, but obviously, when I do the roundup on next week's episode for the actual event, like there will be stuff that I didn't get to watch because of work, which is a shame. That's why I prefer the American times because like I can watch all the games. But yeah, not much I can do about that. That'll be the end though of this episode of the roundup. Like I said, it's a short one just because I got a bit of a headache, not feeling very well. So I hope you understand. I hope the major goes really well. I hope your favourite players and teams do well. Enjoy it. MVP prediction. If Optic do win, I am going to go with Mercules. Alright, thank you for watching and enjoy the major. See you next week. Bye for now.